Hey there, welcome to Newsstream TV, happenings across the globe at your fingertip. Do well to like this video by giving it a thumbs up, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy.
Wike is building mansions for judges. This is a man who has been severally accused of trying to put judges in his front pocket. Same Wike has his cousin in INEC as an INEC commissioner. It was that guy that just conducted a Edo election. That is the country where you believe that elections will be free and fair. No politically exposed person should be a judge. No politically exposed person should be in INEC. 85% of people in INEC today, they are politicians. I took Professor Rufus to court. She's an APC card-carrying member in Bayelsa, and she was appointed an INEC national commissioner. Look at Wike's cousin. He's a national commissioner in INEC. Wike's wife is a judge of the Court of Appeal. Politically exposed persons should not go anywhere near our judiciary. So, a situation where before the electoral process starts, the process is already rigged.
I was in Mabuchi recently. Sir, you will not believe this. That most of our police divisions have no vehicles at all. They have written severally to my office and said, I do not have the capacity to buy vehicles for you. But thank God our minister is here. And he has been doing it, and by the grace of God, he will do more.
I find it very disturbing that a chairman of a council will appear in the public and say he has no capacity to give vehicle to security agencies. I find it very embarrassing. And then you answer the chief security of your local government. To be a city chairman, but every time you go and collect revenue, where is the money going to? It's very, very embarrassing to hear you say you cannot buy a police station, one vehicle. Security for all of us. You have a role to play as the chairman of a council. I was chairman of council. I built police stations. I bought vehicles for them. I provided water for them. You are not only, in fact, security is the key. So if you have no capacity, then what are you doing there? Thank God you have told us you have no capacity. We'll see what will happen next time election. You are the one who...
Not Wike. Arewa Forum uncovers who is to be blamed over demolition of houses in FCT. The Arewa Consultative Forum has advised Nigerians not to solely blame FCT Minister Wike for the demolitions in the nation's capital. The forum spokesperson, Professor Muhammad Baba, urged holding regulatory officials responsible for allowing illegal buildings rather than demolishing them after the completion. He called for fair enforcement, proper compensation, and housing alternatives to address the housing crisis and prevent future violations. The Arewa Consultative Forum has commented on the controversial demolition of houses in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) under the leadership of Minister Nyesom Wike. However, reacting to these backlashes while speaking during the distribution of operational vehicles to security agencies at the FCTA Secretariat in Abuja on Thursday, December 12th, Wike vowed to continue demolishing properties illegally built on government lands. Furthermore, he maintained that he won't be swayed by blackmail. While advising Nigerians not to blame Wike, he pointed to breaches of planning laws and regulations as a recurring issue in Abuja. His words: while one can condemn such demolitions without appropriate compensation or provision of alternatives, one will also recognize the fact that our people often breach planning laws. To be honest with you, there are many parts of Abuja where compliance with regulatory norms is being ignored. The professor also emphasized that Abuja's rapid growth and daily influx of people have intensified the pressure on housing, leading to many settle in unapproved areas. Mohammed Baba was critical of regulatory failures within the FCT administration, citing corruption as a major contributor to illegal developments. Regulatory officers often collude with individuals by taking kickbacks and looking the other way. The time to stop such demolitions is at the construction level, as people are laying foundations for illegal buildings, he asserted. He urged the government to hold regulatory officials accountable for their negligence. If illegal settlements or buildings are identified, the punishment should start with the officials responsible for that location. Why allow a building to become completed, knowing it's illegal, only to come and demolish it later? Describing the demolition as a double-edged sword, Mohammed Baba highlighted that lawbreakers and complicit officials should face the consequences. He called for government action to address impunity and provide adequate housing alternatives to mitigate the desperation driving citizens to break planning laws. Finally, I hope the government, in doing these demolitions, ensures that due process is followed and those displaced are adequately compensated or provided alternatives. Now let's see what other people have to say about this. Exactly, where was FCT authority when those buildings were being constructed? They can do any regulatory work but only sit down in offices wickedly waiting to demolish after hard-earned money has been spent. Our authorities and laws must have human faces. I support Arewa on its stance on the demolition in Abuja by putting the blame on the government officials that are in position to ascertain, approve, and locate of lands to innocent victims whose houses have now been demolished, so the offices and the personnel involved are ought to be allowed the music of the law contravened without partiality. It's not just demolitions that should be carried out. Dig into records to find out civil servants who approved the building plans and take appropriate actions. Those who approved the erection of buildings and structures knew they were doing the wrong things. Ignoring the regulatory authorities. The bane of Nigerian corruption is the civil servants, aka ministry workers. They do whatever they like as it suits their interests. All these structures Wike is pulling down, this regime will appropriate most of the lands, if not all, to the members of the government. What I'm happy about though is that turn by turn, Nigeria is limited. The demolition never ends. Regulatory authority indeed. We love corruption, and that is why illegal buildings are thriving in FCT Nigeria. This medication after death is Wike, not illegal in APC. Wike needs to be demolished from APC and PDP. You cannot be in APC and PDP simultaneously, because that is anti-party activities. Housing regulatory system in FCT is the most corrupt system. Even a novice will know. So the minister means he would get started from public investigations of the properties. El-Rufai concentrated on outright illegal developments outside the plan, but these plots Wike's demolished are residential and Nigerians are already occupying them. My brother, you spoke well, but not the time to demolish people's properties. You should have given them options that are not outrageous. I don't see any reason of hating FCT minister. He is the only person I believe has the courage and ability to handle such kind of ministry, looking at how people are misusing government property simply because of their connections with powerful politicians in the country. This is very dangerous because in 2017, there was a guy called Kiyon Shikov. Why did you skip the name? We love going to America and other civilized countries of the world. but we love to build on lands without governments legally approving our documents for good-looking environments that can attract foreign investors and good security. Why do we do things like this anyhow? But we love other countries where things are done rightly. We don't obey laws, but we still are the chief complaints. Wike is involved in the land grabbing full stop. All the clans supporting him in the Senate are likely beneficiaries. He will revoke, reallocate and allow buildings on the same land worth his approval. If it is a site that buildings are allowed on the owner's reserve, the rights of first refusal of the new C of O or type of build on the site. It is fashionable to blame regulatory bodies for the proliferation of illegal structures in Abuja, as in other parts of Nigeria. Those regulatory bodies are not spirits to be everywhere at the same time. Very often, Nigerians compromise them to look away, while they go ahead to build illegal structures. One day, the bubble will burst, and a Wike comes on the stage to do the right thing, and people will start wailing and abusing. Well, these people have all given their opinions on this. Make sure to leave your own opinions in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be notified when we upload daily content here on this channel. And make sure to share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on and they can give their own opinions on this.